Hello, I'm U.S. Senator Roger Wicker. The 2020 elections are likely the most important of my lifetime. Our state and our country face a number of unprecedented challenges, and Americans are right to be worried. We've seen violent mobs loot stores, topple statues, deface monuments, and attack federal buildings. The Democrats' answer to anarchy and lawlessness is to defund the police, rename buildings and bases, and promote a cancel culture for anyone who disagrees. And they want to ruin our economy with a Green New Deal. A global pandemic has shuttered an economy that was surging earlier this year. And China and Russia have become more aggressive against their neighbors and the United States. In November, we will have a choice. Who do we trust to lead us to restore law and order, protect freedom of speech, and keep us safe? One option would be to go back to the Obama-Biden model. We could return to policies that vilified law enforcement, resulted in the weakest economic recovery since World War II, gutted our military, and emboldened our enemies. Or we can re-elect President Trump, a strong leader who has worked with Republicans in Congress to build a long list of wins for our country. Before the pandemic hit, we were enjoying the longest streak of economic growth in our nation's history. Unemployment was at record lows, confidence was at all-time highs, and the stock market was soaring. This success was no fluke. Republican policies, including tax cuts and regulatory reforms, gave businesses and entrepreneurs the flexibility to create jobs and grow their operations. Now, as the coronavirus has taken a major toll on all of us, the president has been laser focused on helping Americans stay in business and keep workers on the payrolls. Meanwhile, the Democrats are planning job-killing policies like the Green New Deal and socialized medicine that would stop any economic recovery in its tracks. As we continue to work to defeat the virus, I trust President Trump to restore growth, opportunity, and confidence to our nation. His record speaks for itself. The president has also worked tirelessly to reverse the Obama administration's cuts to our military. We are now making the investments we need to keep Americans safe and to take care of our men and women in uniform. We're building ships, helicopters, and other military equipment right here in Mississippi, a win-win for jobs and for national security. Thanks to the president's leadership on the world stage, we are once again respected by our allies and feared by our enemies. In November, we also have a choice between a president who fights for our values and one who would fight against them. President Trump has been a champion for the pro-life movement and our First Amendment rights to religious freedom. He has prioritized nominating well-qualified conservative judges to federal courts, including Supreme Court Justices Neil Gorsuch and Brett Kavanaugh. The Senate recently confirmed the 200th Trump-nominated federal judge for a lifetime appointment, Judge Corey Wilson from Mississippi, to the Fifth Circuit. These judges, including 2 Supreme Court justices, will transform our federal courts for a generation. None of this could have been possible without a Republican-led U.S. Senate. If Democrats regain the majority, we would not be able to approve conservative judges or send the president legislation to advance his agenda. We cannot let that happen, which is why it's so important that Mississippians re-elect our senator and my friend, Cindy Hyde-Smith. We also need to send Stephen Palazzo, Trent Kelly, and Michael Guest back to Washington to oppose Nancy Pelosi's liberal agenda in the House and promote the pro-growth Trump-Pence agenda. The Mississippi delegation, working together with President Trump, will continue the great American comeback.